Hey guys, we have Ashley Howard with us today, and she's going to be talking to you guys about a unique opportunity called Students of the Year. This is a scholarship program that you can enter, and we're going to talk a little bit about how that works and why you might want to look into it. So Ashley, tell me about Students of the Year. How would a student enroll in the program, and how would they go about competing for this scholarship opportunity?
Yeah, so Students of the Year is a scholarship program and competition with the Leukemia Lymphoma Society. So this is the first year we've done it in Knoxville, which is really exciting. But if a student wanted to get involved, they can either have someone nominate them on our website, or they can just go on and apply for themselves. And so we are limiting it to 10 to 12 students this year. And that's all through East Tennessee. And so we would kind of, have those phone conversations. I would talk with you, kind of see what's driving you to do this. Why do you think this is going to be a good opportunity? What's your plan? What are you involved in? And that's something that's really big for us, is we want those students who are really involved in a lot of things, really connected to their community or to their school, and who are just kind of those go-getters. So definitely just on our website, they can either have someone nominate them or go and apply themselves.
That's great. So there's a little bit of a selection process. So once they apply, will they be interviewed, or how does that work?
Yeah, so I would either start with just like a phone call interview and just kind of go through some basic questions, or we could meet up, and definitely I'd want you to have a parent with you, just since you are minors. But and then we would kind of have that conversation there as well, and I can explain a little more about the program with your parents, because we do want them to be involved. And kind of just see how you guys are feeling from there.
Okay, so to apply, you would go online, or you could get nominated by your school counselor, Mrs. Kilburn or Mrs. Stoffer. And then is there like an application deadline that they would need to meet?
Definitely before the second week of February. So the February 12th, we are having a workshop that's going to be for all of our teams, and so I would definitely like to have everyone signed on before then. The earlier you get it done, the better, because that would give you time to meet with me. We can go through some goal planning, some strategy planning, and it would give you time to build your team. So we ask that each of the students, when they come on board, that they also build a team to help them. That's going to take a lot of the pressure off of you and your family as a student. But also that's going to be a lot where that learning comes in, and you're going to be able to fundraise a lot more for LLS.
Okay, so it would be one student applying, but they could have other students on their team from the school, and so it would be like a team approach to the fundraising process.
So, and just to build on that, something that we really try to encourage is that the student builds a multi-generational team. So, have your peers on board, but also it'd be really great to have maybe some family friends, or if your dad has someone who's really into marketing, or if your mom knows someone who's really involved with a lot of community networks, So you want to get people from all these different sections of life, because that's going to make sure that you can reach more and more people in Knoxville and even beyond. And you can fundraise from anywhere. If your grandma wants to donate from out in California, by all means, like that's totally fine too.
Great. So how many people are normally on a team?
We encourage about 10.
Oh, wow.
Just to kind of break it down, that way your goal is to raise $10,000. That's kind of what we set it, especially for a first year campaign. But if you have 10 people on your team and each one of them raises $1,000, then that's really like that you easily have already reached your benchmark. And so that's kind of our thought process behind that. We've done studies on our teams that have gone before in previous years, and it's, consistently people with 10 or more people, they raise thousands and thousands more than if you're going at it by yourself, or if you only have a team of 4 or 5. And that's because of the power of networking and the power of being able to reach more people and having that voice be heard.
Sure.
So
if they do get accepted into the pool of students who are entered into this competition, tell me what happens after that. Are they meeting regularly? Are they how do they communicate with you, and how long do they have to raise the funds?
Yeah, definitely. So the what would happen after, if we accepted and said, okay, you decided you really wanted to be on this, we would meet with you and your parents, and we'd kind of, sign a little contract, which is just saying like, hey, you've been accepted into this program. We understand all the money that is being fundraised is going to go directly to LLS. And then I would try to meet with you a few times. Again, you and a parent, or if your parent can't be there, you'll meet in a public place. But we would kind of strategize, and I'd help you talk through maybe building your team up, how to really focus on who to reach out to. I would go over maybe some ideas that we've seen have worked for fundraising. So everything from letter writing to events to utilizing social media. We had students in Atlanta last year that made a music video. And they had a friend that had survived from battling leukemia. And so they redid their, I'm trying to remember the artist that does it, but the I'll Be Your Fighter, that song. And so, that was really a fun thing that they got to do, and they just spread that, and that was how, using that video on social media, they did a lot of, a lot of fundraising. So we'd love for kids to get creative, but we also have, I have a lot of material to share with students on how to get this done, how to go present, maybe go talk to a corporation about sponsoring, because a lot of times they can give a few $1,000s towards your campaign. And again, that's one ask. That's learning how to present in a professional manner, and then boom, you've gotten a third of your fundraising already done. Yeah. So I would work with the students on that and try to train them. We have again that workshop I mentioned earlier, and that'll kind of be again a little more of that training in a group atmosphere, and would let the students kind of meet some of the other students that are going to be also fundraising. Yeah. And so in March 12th, that's when we kick off. So all this time has been planning up till March 12th. March 12th is when we actually have the kickoff. And so we'll have an event that evening. I think it's a Tuesday night. And we're going to try to make this fun. We want this to be a fun experience for you guys. So we'll have a kickoff event, and then you have 7 weeks where that's when you're trying to get the money in. So by no means am I saying you can't do any work until then. You just can't be receiving money until that point. So we get the planning done, you can kind of get things set in motion, but you cannot be receiving funds until that 7 weeks starts. And then we will be ending the fundraising campaign on April 30th. So hopefully right before things get crazy with school.
That's great timing, I think. So it'd be pretty much a commitment of the month of March and April. And then talk to me about the benefits for students. There's so many benefits to participating into this program for students who might be interested.
Definitely. The thing I love about this program is it is very much a give and take on both sides. So the fundraising aspect itself, there's a lot of business skills, a lot of marketing skills that you kind of learn hands-on through this. And I don't mean just, how to find your brand and figure out that, but learning how to go and make that ask, to speak with adults, leaders, just go speak with professionals in the community and be able to share your passion and present. We've had students go and present at board meetings, and that was a very new experience for them. But even how to build that network, I believe that's something that's so important for students. That's something I was never talked to about until I got out in the professional realm, and it's like, oh wait, I don't know enough people to really build up, the work I was doing at that time. And so learning how to meet new people, explain who you are, how to connect through others, I think that's an extremely important skill. Another benefit is community service hours. So, this is going to be hours here and there on the student's own time. I will meet with them on whatever is the most convenient, but all of those hours count towards community service. So a lot of our kids, they love that too, because they can knock out a lot for whatever programs they're involved in, or even sports, that community service that they're needing to do.
So at our school we have a capstone project that students need to complete by the end of their senior year. So guys, if you're thinking about a capstone idea, this might be an opportunity for you to do something that you're passionate about, if this is a cause that you're interested in, and also to complete your capstone project while competing for a scholarship. So that is another huge benefit, is that scholarship. So the winner for East Tennessee, the Student of the Year,
will receive a scholarship at $2,500. And as well as if you guys reach certain benchmarks in your fundraising, you can get letters of recommendation from the executive director of LLS or from any of our staff, which again will look really great on those college applications. But really, even just going through this program itself and having that on your college application or even on job resumes will speak volumes to people who are seeing those and kind of assessing those because of all the skill sets you're getting and that philanthropic leadership element. That really has set a lot of our students, over the top as they've been interviewing for colleges, because that's something so unique that a lot of people don't have.
Yeah, this is definitely something that I could see looking really good on a resume and a college application. So those of you who are freshmen, sophomores, juniors looking towards college, this would be definitely something to think about as you think about your extracurricular opportunities that you're going to be putting on your application someday.
And I do want to also share that this isn't just, one area of high school. We would love any high school student to apply. So, freshman up to senior, even if you've already applied and been accepted to colleges, this would still look great for even jobs in the workforce. We've had several students that met people at different companies who said, when you're done with college, you have a job here already, because they made that connection. Wow. And even if they don't go there, how great is that to know I can do that, and I have the skill sets, and I'm valued enough to already have placed that.
That's
so
really neat.
Yeah, it's really exciting.
So you mentioned earlier that when you're interviewing students, you're looking for basically a student that's the right fit for this program. What do you think that student would look like?
I think it's a student that, and it can look like a lot of different things, but that student who's really involved in stuff already. So if you have those extracurriculars, if you are participating in community things outside of school or even within school, if you're striving towards, getting those good grades, if you're trying to find ways to make a difference in this world. And that's something I love about this generation, which it's funny if you read about all the studies, like the difference between mine and this, you guys across the board have said that you want to leave a mark on this world. And I think that's something that's just so unique about your generation. And I feel like this is a really great opportunity to do that. LLS, the Leukemia Lymphoma Society, we are doing massive amounts of research to fight blood cancers. But the beautiful thing about that as well is that research also gets used for breast cancer, colon cancer, all other different types, because it's using what's found in the blood to go ahead and fight cancer, and how to break that down. And it's so much easier to study what's going on there in the bloodstream rather than like a tumor or anything else. So the majority of the money you'd be fundraising for is going towards research and having those breakthroughs. LLS has helped paid and participated for about 60% of the drugs that have been approved for leukemia and lymphoma. It's just been exciting to see how that keeps rolling and going forward. A portion of the money you raise too will also go towards helping families in our area that are battling leukemia, lymphoma, or myeloma currently, and are just, those transportation costs, those paying for some of the deductibles, and all those other costs that kind of get accumulated.
That's great. And then there's also an opportunity for them to get a scholarship if they are the student that raises the most money regionally. Is that right?
Yes. So yeah, it kind of keeps going. If there's a national winner, you get to be in Forbes magazine, and so there's several different layers of how this can keep going forward. And if you raise, don't quote me, I'm trying to remember correctly, but I believe if you raise about $50,000, which we've had a lot of students do that, you can dedicate money to towards a specific fund, or say, I want to do this for this person and this person's name, or I really want as much as I can to be associated with research going towards this. One example that always sticks in my head is pediatric cancers. And so if you have something that you're particularly passionate about, that you can kind of be associated with that forever and kind of be kept updated on it, keep following it, and knowing that you played a part in that.
That's great. Ashley, anything else that I haven't asked that you would want students to know about this opportunity?
I think it's really exciting. And we are going to have, we call it our Student of the Year Gala at the end of the program.
Okay.
And so, we'll invite parents and students, and I think that'll just be fun. It'll be a good ceremony night. We'll announce who has won whoever raised the most money for this area. And it'll just be a really good party. You can come and dress up and dance, and we're going to have a good time. So we're pretty excited about that. And I do also want to, and this is just a small thing, but we don't publish numbers anywhere specifically of what each student has raised, because I know that can be intimidating of what if I don't do as well as I think I'm going to, or what if I do too much? I don't want people to think anything weird about, so just, we do protect your privacy in that. We will tell people what the overall fundraising across the board is for all of this area, but what you individually contribute, you don't need to worry about that. That is kind of, that's between you and us.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, that's a lot of great information, and if they want more information, we're going to be sending out a flyer with an email contact for you on it, so they could reach out to you for more information if they're interested. You could reach out to your school counselor if you want help applying for this opportunity. And Ashley, we're just so thankful for you coming to share about this today. It was really great.
Definitely. I'm excited. I'm hoping to see a lot of CAK students. So.
That's great. Awesome. Well, thanks so much, guys. Come see us if you'd like to know more, and have a great day. Bye.
Bye.